We hear this a lot in today's world. We're having a focus problem. Our concentration is weak. We can't give 10 minutes to a book or a single conversation. But at the same time, when we watch a Netflix series, we can sit in front of a screen for 4 hours straight. So, why is that double standard? The answer is actually pretty simple. If there is a story somewhere, we love to listen it. And there are 8 reasons why we love stories so much. So, to be a good storyteller, first of all, we have to fully understand these reasons. Let's break them down. First reason, stories make everything interesting. But what's inside a story? There are different characters, journeys, relationships, love, hate, betrayals, surprises, contradictions. In short, everything about the world and everything about humans. All of these do one important thing. They connect us to the story. Second reason, stories are mesmerizing. If there is a world, a structure, and characters, we start to identify ourselves with them. We don't just watch the story, we live it with them. The characters feel something, and somehow we feel it too. The reason behind this is the mirroring effect. As human beings, we have mirror neurons, so we experience the story as if it were happening to us. Third reason, stories give us inspiration and courage. There is a hopeless situation, but we see that it can be solved somehow. We connect it to our own lives and say, yeah, this is real, and there is a way. If they found a way, I can too. Fourth reason, stories are easy to understand. There is a hero, a beginning, then setbacks and problems, and finally, a solution. On the other hand, if someone uses too much data, numbers, graphics in a presentation, we often get confused and never remember it. But stories always have a clear flow. And when we follow that path, understanding becomes effortless. And that understanding makes us love stories even more. Think about that simple classroom story. A teacher walks up to a little boy and asks, "What are you drawing?" He says, "I'm drawing God." The teacher replies, "But no one has ever seen God." And the boy says, "That's okay. They will when I'm finished." In a few seconds, that story made imagination, innocence, and belief crystal clear. No definition could do that as fast. For instance, you can connect it to creativity or even to school life, where limits are often placed on us. And that makes the story even stronger. And that's the power of the story. Fifth reason, stories are memorable. Years may pass, but stories stay. People may forget details, they may forget numbers, but they remember the story and how it made them feel. Sixth reason, stories are easy to use. They're not just engaging, they're practical. But the abstract ideas are hard to apply in real life. But a story makes them concrete. We take the message and apply it to our own lives, naturally and effortlessly. Seventh reason, stories help us learn without pain. For example, if you touch a hot teapot once, you learn your lesson. Stories do the exact same thing, but without the burn. We don't have to experience everything ourselves. We learn from what others have already lived through. In other words, we borrow experience. Eighth reason, stories fit human nature. Thousands of years ago, there were no books, no smartphones, no internet. People sat around fires and told stories. That's how knowledge survived. That's how values traveled. That's how wisdom moved forward. Our brains learn to understand the world through stories, and they never unlearned it. That's why stories still persuade, still change minds, still shape behavior. And the fact is, people don't just remember stories, they remember the people who tell them. If you want to sell your idea and make it more memorable, also move people, don't just present ideas. Shine it with stories, because it worked then, it works now, and it will keep working as long as we are human.